Now to our feature on today's new day. 2016 African Footballer of the Year finalist and Deputy Black Stars captain Dede Ayew has opened up to TV3 Sport on a season in the English Premier League, plus issues relating to the Black Stars as Ghana prepares for the Nations Cup in 2017 and the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. He was speaking to Michael Otieje.
Hello, welcome. My name is Michael Otieje, but we are here primarily to talk to a man who's been named the Ghanaian Sportsman of the Year and who came mighty close to becoming the BBC African Footballer of the Year. It's an undeniable fact that in the season past, Dede Ayew was Ghana's best player in European club football. He went into double figures in his first season in the English Premier League, and as the season draws to a close, the big question will be whether he will be able to replicate that fine debut season. From the man himself is here. We'll have a quick chat and see how he's preparing for the new season and what he makes of everything that's gone on in the past one. Dede, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
First of all, before we start a conversation, you were close to becoming BBC African Footballer of the Year. You didn't, but it was again a demonstration with the way Ghanaians went behind you of just how much people have come to accept you potential as the best footballer in African football. What do you make of the reaction that people had in trying to get you the votes you wanted on social media, in the mainland media and everything?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank TV3 for the support that they showed during the BBC African Player of the Year campaign. Everybody, I think the people working there, from the big men to the other workers, I saw a lot of determination that were pushing me to win this. So I'm very happy, and I'd like to thank them again. And I'm not sure it will be the last time that we'll be close to it. So hopefully, in the years to come, we'll win another one.
I felt a lot of love, you know, which is important for a person to feel his people behind him. I think I felt a lot of love, a lot of you know, happiness. To see all my country people rally behind me gives me a lot of energy to try and do everything to keep on making them proud.
In terms of the honours, I know you've always said that team honour is important and individual honour is different, but it must feel good for a footballer like yourself to constantly gain the recognition that you gain, whether you are in the top 5 in African football, BBC African Player of the Year, what you've put into the football career.
I think the recognition is something which is quite important when you work hard, when you give yourself the chance to be among the best. But I think to be among the best is not enough. For me, I want to be the best, so I'm going to work hard, and in the years to come, hopefully, I'll win the BBC again, or the African Cup of Nations, or the African Best Player. I've always been close to all these trophies. Why you have never won them, well, you never know. But I think what is important is to keep working hard, stay focused, and you know, what belongs to you will never run away.
You were already a very popular figure before you went to Swansea, but do you think that has gone a notch higher since you moved from France to the English Premier League?
Honestly, yes. To be honest, we know the hype, we know the media force behind the EPL, and we know that it's the best league in the world too. So I think the season I had, things went on well for a first year. Thank God for that, and I think that also helped me to get more recognition, not only in the world, but you know, places where people maybe did not really know me. You know, England is a country where there are a lot of people watching the league, different countries from Japan to China to Korea, and when you play in that league and things go on well, you get recognition from all over the world. So I think that's what's I think important for a player.
Your stats surprised a lot of people. Great first game against Chelsea, you had a really good game against Man United. What was the reason for that sort of stats? Because most players come back from pre-season and they're still trying to gather pace. You seem to take off pretty quickly. What was responsible?
Well, I think I was just focused, and you know, sometimes it's your moment when it's your time. Like I said, Nobody can do anything about it. I think God was behind me. I worked hard for it. I wanted to start really well because I know the difficulty in the league, and also my colleagues really helped me out when I got there. They gave me a lot of responsibilities. They gave me a lot of confidence. So I felt at home straight away. So that made me get the opportunity to, you know, settle in really well and be able to have a good start. And also the fact that you never know who's going to win a game. That's something special about the league. I try to live day by day. We don't know what the future holds, but
How well you've done it, maybe a feeling that there may be better opportunities coming up. Are you settled on what you want to do, especially given that this club has a new owner now?
well, we know that Swansea have great ambitions. We are finishing the new training center. The club is have new ambitions too. So I think Swansea knows where they are going. For my part, personally, we're going to wait and see. I think I'm going to finish the holidays, go back. We're going to have a chat. But at the moment, I'm a Swansea player. I'm happy at Swansea. The coaches, the fans, the chairman, everybody gave me a lot of confidence. The chairman is still there, but some new owners have come in. The club has a lot of ambitions. The club have finished the new training center. So there are a lot of things that are also becoming better at the club. So it's a very good club. I think for me, what's important is to continue playing. I'm very happy at Swansea. They gave me a lot of love from the fans to my teammates, the coaches, chairman. So I'm not in a hurry at all. I think I just need to take my time and continue playing. And when the time is right, I'll sit down with the staff and we'll see what we're going to do.
In terms of your first season, so we picked out at the end of the season what we thought were some of the best games. The best goals, that one against Chelsea, the Bournemouth back heel, some of those headers against Spurs. What for you was your best moment in your first season in English football?
I think honestly it would be my first goal, I think versus Chelsea. Because, you know, it was my first EPL game. Chelsea were the champions then. We went to the champions ground and had a good result over there. We drew and I scored my first goal there. So I think it was a great feeling and, you know, gave me a lot of confidence for the rest of the games.
Focusing attention on you as brothers.
Yeah, well, I think there was a lot of attention on that game for my brother and I, and especially in Ghana, also in the league. But in Ghana was something, you know, special, strong, because we know that the majority of Ghanaians, or all Ghanaians, watch the EPL. So, you know, I think it's a great feeling for us to have good performances. So we make them happy and proud, and always want them to watch our games. So yeah, it made me feel that, you know, it's a very important league and all the games are very important. Yeah.
When Jordan was not scoring initially, you said he will come good. Your father said that he will begin scoring goals. It must have felt good even from a distance for you that even when Aston Villa were struggling, everybody recognized his quality as a player. Was that a vindication of what you've always been saying about how good he is as a player?
Yeah, we know Jordan's qualities. I think he proved it also at Villa. He proved it in the French league. He's beginning to prove it each game when he plays for the national team. So yeah, the potential that he has since he was young, today he's becoming a more experienced player, a more matured player, and to have the season he had in a difficult year for Villa, I think he did very well. So he needs to continue working hard. He can do better. But I think with all the difficult moments he had in his career, people, the critics, and all those things too, you know, he has my dad, he has me before him, so it's and I think he has proved to everyone that he's a player and that he can do much more.
Your dad said that when Swansea plays, his phone doesn't stop ringing. I'm wondering whether that for the two of you, you've gotten also used to the fact that almost every time you play, there is reference to who your father was, that you ask questions about it in press conferences. Have you finally sort of managed that this is something that you just have to live with and cope with?
Yeah. It's something that we grew up with, so now we're used to it, and it's something that you can see that everybody is waiting for results or for good performances, because there are too many things that follows from my dad to me to Jordan. So there are a lot of eyes on us, and that's why I said from our people, from the Ghanaian people, it's great for us, to know that that's how Ghanaians are expecting us to do well. And though he's different, I'm different, Jordan is different, but I think at the end of the day, it's Ghana, and when it's Ghana, Ghanaians use their heart, and that's what we feel, and that's why when we are playing, we try to always give everything we have. Yes, for us, for our club, but also for all our people in Ghana. It's true that when you, as a player, you always want to do better. So not only in goals, not only but in everything, you're trying to become a better player. So we'll see what will happen.
And in terms of what will happen, as far as the Black Stars is concerned, so the Nations Cup, the World Cup draw has been made. There's Egypt, and there's Congo, and there's Uganda. Now already some Ghanaians are saying we've got to qualify for the World Cup at all costs. Is it as easy as it sounds?
I think we should be very careful. We should be very, very careful, because it's a very tough group. When we look at Uganda, it's a team that we went there, we lost. They came here, we drew. Congo is a good team, especially at their home. Away from home, they can be of all times, like Ghana, like Nigeria, Algeria, so it's a very difficult group, and in today's football you cannot underrate any team. So we need to be calm, need to be focused for the tournament, and hopefully we'll be ready for the games, and we need the support from our fans, because if we don't have their support, it's going to be very difficult. That's why to qualify for this Nations Cup was very difficult, because to play at home with a lot of fans is not easy.
And in terms of still on the World Cup, so the last format required a group stage and then a playoff system when we had Egypt. This one doesn't require that. Does it make it any less difficult than the old one was?
I think all is going to be very difficult. I think different ways maybe, but same games, same pressure, same goal for every team. So it's going to be a difficult draw. It's going to be a long year for all the teams, because you have the African Cup, then you have the qualifiers. So yeah, everybody needs to be focused, and especially if you want to make, you need to be consistent. So that's what's important.
And do you guys want to play another World Cup, especially off the back of the issues in Brazil, redemption moments? You qualify, you go there, you wipe out everything once and for all.
We don't have to jump steps. I think right now what's important, and what's the most important, is the Nations Cup coming. Then after we're going to try and qualify. Then if we qualify, we'll see. I think what has happened has happened. Our issue and our goal for every player is to have a great tournament in Gabon. So that's what we are looking forward to.
And the Nations Cup itself. So you've played in 2 losing final teams, in Angola against Egypt and against Ivory Coast. How desperate are you that in Gabon next year things change for better?
I think we should be calm. We should be relaxed, because it's going to be a very tough tournament. So if you get there with a lot of pressure already, you have more chances of coming out than going further. I think we have to be calm. We have to be ourselves. We know our quality, and just try and give our best to go and do better than what we did. If we give everything we have, like we gave this is in 2010 or we gave in 2015. You come back home, you feel a lot of pain because you deserve to win in those finals, the two of them, hands down. I've always gave 100%. Players go, come, get injured, come back, go back. You know, you come to national team, go back to your club, lose your place, come back. You know, it's part of our world, which is normal because we decided that that's going to be our job. So yeah, to hear stuff like that is it's painful, but I think I don't also blame our people in Ghana because it's also what was brought to them, the image that what people wanted to make them feel or believe. So there's a lot of talks, a lot of speculations. That's why I always said that if we are going to give our explanation, we're going to wait for people's explanation. We're never going to get over this. We should just put it behind and, you know, move forward, because we players know that Ghanaians love football, and when you love football, you love Black Stars, and we love the country as the same way they love the country, and we want to make the country proud and to make them proud. So the only way we can do that is if we see them backing us when we are going to play a game, like it was before the
game against
Egypt or even Zambia, or when the other team gets to Accra or to Tamale or to Kumasi or wherever, they feel that it's not possible for them. They feel that the country is behind us. No, I don't think that, you know, any team can come and disturb us on our home soil.
We'll be here to support your service.
Thank you very much.